Hello and welcome to the DFS underscore PhD show for today, the 23rd of February NBA show. Remember, you're good enough, you're strong enough, and gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. Congrats, Butt Smasher from Discord, 26th in the main yesterday with a pretty solid score on a day where it was pretty tough to break 300 at all. I had a few of them. I got up to like 324 myself with a Kuzma lineup, but man, Keontae, dude. Why can't you play like you did before the break? Anyway, I know the answer is that everybody's got some rest now or whatever. He missed shots. Why did I definitely remember telling SaberSim, hey, let's take like only 10% Alsar today, not 35% like you have recommended. And maybe just trust SaberSim on that one. So anyway, nice work yesterday. Yeah. And tough high scoring slate. Obviously, never love it when the stochastic contest sims guys win because that means that I have to hear about contest sims again. Okay. I don't want that much Paul George, obviously. That's ridiculous. I do like him though. Solid play. Play some Paul George today. Okay, yes. This reminds me that I was not done editing all my exposures. So let me get out of here and start from the top. So from the top, I've got a few things. I got a couple takes today. So we'll start with settings. So, oh, my mouse is almost like dying. So if you see me like struggling with the mouse, that's what's going on. Okay, so I'm building 40 today. It's a really nice in the $4, and then there's like a $140 something or other qualifier that I'll hand build one for because, I got that ticket left over from whenever there was overlay. I think a few of you in the chat have that as well. That double check, scroll down. I know we're not always scrolling down to the 140s, but that's where it is. Capela and Atlanta. Oh yeah, so Capela's back, not limited. I don't think I've seen word of a limit. And Bruno Fernando is there. Okongwu is out, but I've got to say I've got some concerns about the projections here. I haven't checked, like I haven't gotten an answer yet from other people about whether or not this is industry wide. Let me double check if anybody answered in this other Discord. Yeah, okay. People are wrong about this, if that's really what people think. So I've got a couple different people who have told me they think that Jalen Johnson will play some center. No, I don't think so. That has not happened in a single game where two of the bigs have been healthy. That has happened twice. That happened in both games where two of the bigs were not healthy. They don't want to do that. And do you see why? Do you guys know why they don't want to do that? Did you watch the game last night? They got blown out by Charlotte without LaMelo. They got blown out by a bad team. And you know why? I can tell you why. I could have a team beat Atlanta without a rim protector. You know how? Have your point guard go at Trae Young. He is tiny. He's a little tiny guy. He's not going to stop you. You need a rim protector. You can't have Atlanta without a rim protector ever win a game. So there's a reason why. And I mean, like, I went and double checked it. There was 4 minutes in the last game where it was not even Capela. It was Okongwu and Bruno Fernando. They had 44 combined minutes. I just don't understand how people could project 12 minutes of Jalen Johnson at center today, and I will die on that. Number one, like, where's there's 8 people in this rotation. How are the two highest point per minute ones going unowned? 0.3% Clint Capela, 0.1% Bruno Fernando. Okay, I'm not 10%. I'm way more sure about this than 10%. 25%? Roughly my level of confidence in this rant. I know it's like could be wrong, but like if it's not wrong, it's the best leverage on the slate. And so I went back and looked at a bunch of games where there have been two healthy centers, whether it's Capela and Okongwu, Capela and Fernando, Fernando and Okongwu, whatever. But they are not playing Jalen Johnson at the 5. Like that's maybe a sometimes thing. I I mean, and I see Kelly Olynyk is small compared to Pirtle, but Bruno Fernando's like can handle that. I don't know, guys. I just do not understand what I'm responding to. Just to clarify, I've been yelling about this in my head for a while. 24 minutes for Capella, 17 minutes for Bruno Fernando. Like number one, like Capella minutes limit. Am I just forgetting some news here? I just don't remember this. We'll play on a minutes restriction. Okay, I did miss some news. Well, that explains that. Friday afternoon. Less than a season average of 26 minutes is expected to. Oh, un will likely operate under a minutes restriction. What's that mean? What what kind of report is this? Likely? I don't know. I mean, obvious. Okay. Remaining on a minutes limit Wednesday. So I don't know. Maybe it's reasonable to not give Capela full starter minutes, but okay. So I'm gonna downgrade my Capela having more minutes than that now that there is actual news. But I don't understand Bruno Fernando not being the absolute massive chalk of the slate. Because now that we know that, I mean, maybe they okay. So now I'm a little less sure now that I know Capela is artificially restricted. But I mean, like, if he wasn't artificially restricted, I would make it add up to close to 48. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Given that it's the plan beforehand, maybe they would have some planned Fernando minutes, like, or some planned. But here's what I don't. Here's why I don't think they will do that. Because Jalen Johnson's kind of like a he's good. You know what I mean? You don't want to tire him out playing defensive center against what Hurdle or something, like getting him in foul trouble and stuff. I don't know. I think I would rather play him at the four. Anyway, for many reasons, I think they would like to use up Fernando's minutes. And now that I know that Capela is actually restricted to what was it, 24? That means we're expecting to see 24 minutes from Fernando. Yeah. So this projections. So number one, it's probably, let me see, if I apply this, Capela goes away, I assume. Yeah, Capela goes away and we stay with Fernando. Okay. Now, no, so the question, now it is a on-off choice with Fernando and Jalen Johnson. And with Jalen Johnson, he's at the five. That's I'm trying to figure out these minutes at the five for Atlanta, which I know seems like not much, but I mean it's unless we get news. And number one, you got to pay attention to news, right? So yesterday, the entire slate was about noticing Donovan Mitchell was not tweeting, and also you had that weasel words. Anytime you have the so I'm doing this as a slate starter type video because I'm going to be playing golf at the time when we will get news. But the so Cleveland is like they're going to tell you that Donovan Mitchell is like seen at shoot around or something. That's not participated in shoot around. The journalists are there. You know what I mean? Like the guy is there. He's looking at the practice. He's taking video. He's sending it to you. If he says participated in shoot around, that's materially different from seen at shoot around or in the building or I saw him on the way. I saw him around. That's different. You know what I mean? You gotta listen to the actual thing that the reporter is saying and that is communicated by Underdog. Like, because that's what it was for Garland yesterday. It was Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, he said like he was like, what was the exact words? Just so I can give you the example, since this will be a wonderful button on the issue. So where's Underdog? Underdog. The exact words for what he was yesterday, which I could get to probably some way besides just scrolling all the way through. But the reason everybody all day long thought he was going to play. Now, granted, we're not going to get any edge, right? This is the first game of the day. But in planning your slate, you should know that when they say Donovan Mitchell present at shoot around, that's what it was. Where is it? See, because with Domantas Sabonis fully participated in shoot around. That is okay, likely to have a minutes restriction. I did miss that. Okongwu out for foreseeable future. Okay. So that's another reason they might start playing Jalen Johnson at the. Okay. See, present at shoot around, participating. These are different words. Isaiah Stewart was participating in shoot around. Now he didn't get to play for a different reason. It wasn't parentheses ankle, by the way, Underdog. It was parentheses assault. He did that one thing. Now, one thing I will say, a 3-game ban. I don't know, man. I think Eubanks might have said some bad stuff if you're only going to be a three-game ban for doing assault in the actual place of business of the NBA. 3 games says to me, kind of had it coming. Anyway, so I don't know. I don't know anything about it. But I'm just saying he might have said something. All right. But yeah, so present at shoot around. If we get that news for anybody today, pay attention. Present at shoot around is not participated, is not fully participated, was seen. Look at the videos. Like that's the other thing. We have video from that particular shoot around. He was not shooting around. He was not even doing those fun shots that Kyrie and Doncic get up when they're messing around. So pay attention to the news. The news is more important than the stuff I'm saying right now. The stuff I'm saying right now is like what to do if we get very little or no news. You know what I mean? So, okay. So basically, assuming this is all assuming that Mitchell is in, by the way. Like I haven't assumed him out today because who knows? It's an illness or whatever. Right? He should be getting over it pretty soon. What was the parentheses on illness? Yeah. I think he's just feeling under the weather and trying not to get other guys sick. So he's like staying away from them, which is better than Domantas Sabonis illness fully participated. Now I'm thinking there might be some sick, some other people on Sacramento sick in the next couple of days because the dude was participating. Just don't, even if you're going to play, why do you have to be shooting around? Like I'm familiar with the role of shoot around. It's not that important. Just chill out. I mean, I guess you can get everybody sick at the game too, but you know what I mean. Okay. Other rules. I have my Lakers? I have a couple other rules. I don't know why I got away from there so fast. A couple other rules. So besides the Capela thing, we have the max 2 out of 3 LA guys because all 3 LA guys are healthy and have possible upside now. So the 3 LA guys are Kawhi, Paul George, and the little guy, James Harden. I put so number one, James Harden is priced up from recent success, and number two, just I don't think with all 3 of them healthy and play, he was doing well because Paul George was being limited, guys. I mean, it's not going to go. It's not like it's still range of outcomes is as high. So I've shifted him up in the case where he smashes, but his smash case is lowered by the other guy being in. The other guy being Paul George. Okay, let me. I got too many filters on now. Just go back to the top and see what we got. I haven't actually done this yet, so don't know for sure that we've got a viable core up here yet. All right. Well, we're not going to be 72% Kyle Kuzma, although he's getting really cheap. He's getting really cheap, and this is it's a pretty bad Oklahoma City team. I mean, I think they can beat them, but Washington kept it kind of close with Denver last night, and my highest lineup had Kuzma in. So I don't know how low I'm going to go with Kuzma. Actually, what is his price? I can't. Why is the scrolling not working? Old man issues, guys. Well, if so, I can do it. 42 divided by 5.7 is his price. So, like, almost, he's in the sixes? Yeah, well, that's not right. He should not be in the $6,000 range. So, yeah, Kyle Kuzma is way too cheap. I don't really love him being like core. He can be a coin flip. Like, I think, what do you think? Coin flip that they keep it like kind of competitive with Oklahoma City? I just think that line is a bit big. 14 points. I mean, Holmgren. Yeah. Oh, SGA. Yeah. Okay. SGA. Sorry about that. Forgot about SGA. I'm not trying to disrespect you, SGA. You're good. So 35% chance they keep it competitive. That seems reasonable. Yeah, you can go to 40 if you feel it. If you're feeling Washington today. Because if you feel, I mean, like if Washington keeps that game close and you don't have Kuzma, you are toast. Kuzma is like, I don't know if you saw that game. Dude was shooting the lights out. You know he's going to be taking every shot for the team. He's not going to be like, oh, I need to pass it on this team full of rejects. I don't know. I don't want to say that, but they're not doing well. Okay, Dejounte Murray, Koulibaly got the start with he's getting started over Jordan Poole now. So that's why he's a play. And he looked good. I mean, yeah. And is this I believe this is Koulibaly revenge game? Is that the Bilal Koulibaly? I don't like revenge narratives, so I don't even know why I'm looking this up, but I'm reasonably sure that he played for Oklahoma City in the past. Like last year. Let's have a look. Seasons. Seasons. Oh, is this his first year? Okay. Possibly another Koulibaly and or yeah, possible me just mixing up guys' names. Okay. But Koulibaly's looking good. Totally agree with him, possibly even up to a core level. Definitely, I mean, like once we eliminate Kuzma, I'm sure he goes up. Can't get to that much. What's going on with Jonas Valanciunas? Why are we playing so much? What's going on here? Valanciunas, did I miss something and he's getting minutes now? Because he's been limited to like, oh, I got 27 minutes. That's more than I was expecting. Yeah, but the reason that's more than I was expecting is we got like 15, 18, 29. I mean, like, is Nance out? That's the only circumstance under which I would possibly, I mean, or they're playing like a really big team. But Portland's not a really big team. Rockets aren't really big. I guess they've done it against the Rockets twice. They extended him a little bit against the Spurs. So maybe against teams against AD, they gave him 23. So who are they playing? So Valanciunas is all about who they're playing. Miami with Adebayo. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm on it. I think that's fine. You can give Valanciunas more minutes than if they were going a team that would go small ball. Now, 32 still seems like a lot. Is he that was that even upside minutes? No. 32 is too many. Yeah. I mean, against the Rockets one time, a long time ago, they gave it. It's just like I don't. He's not been getting that many minutes. So this is one where I don't know quite. I don't know if I can disagree with SaberSim because I don't know what they're thinking at all. You know what I mean? So I'll have to try to figure out what's going on with this Valanciunas minute situation. Like, because on the one hand, they are playing Adebayo. I do think they need him to play. And oh, right. My other question was, is Nance available? Nance is available and not being given enough minutes. Is he not no longer? Oh, oops. I thought he was playing 24 minutes a game pretty consistently. Oh, So 30, 19, and 12. What happened with that Rockets game? Was that just a blowout? Popcorn machine, Houston, New Orleans, New Orleans, Houston, Houston, New Orleans. Stoop. Yes, it was a blowout. Okay, so can't really. I mean, he would have gotten what, 5 more minutes, 4 more minutes on top of 27. So maybe 31 is not unreasonable for Valanciunas. And they gave him 31. So okay, so that's where it's coming from. I can justify being at a little bit of Valanciunas, but I'm just worried. I'm just worried about Valanciunas's minutes, and I don't know, like, okay, well, on the other side of that, I mean, because they've given me reason to worry. That's why I'm worried about Valanciunas' minutes. Bam, we're giving him 35 minutes. So, I mean, yeah, probably going to get a fair amount of Valanciunas. How else could they? I mean, I don't think they should do anything else there. Oh, right. You could potentially put Zion on Adebayo, I guess, or I'd rather have him than I think than the backup center guy. He's to get rolled. Nance is not. Don't put him on Adebayo. Okay. Yeah. So besides that, we got the question of Paul Reed. So Paul Reed's another case where like I don't know what you project, and I don't know. I can't say with confidence one way or another. They're playing Cleveland though. So in the last game, I pulled up the popcorn machine here. Maybe no. Is this a popcorn machine? Well, it's possible I don't have it up anymore. That's possible. It's over here. Yeah, so this is the game. No, that's where Paul. Yeah, this is where they go away from Paul Reed in the second half. And what's important to notice is on the other side, what happens with Hartenstein, right? So Hartenstein was completely basically benched in this game. They gave him 10 minutes. New York gave Hartenstein 10 minutes. So that's not the situation with Cleveland. Cleveland is not going to give Jared Allen 10 minutes today. Like later today, Cleveland's going to give Jared Allen like 38 minutes. So on the other side, I think you got to give Paul Reed 38 minutes. I mean, like, yes, the backups for Cleveland, you don't need Paul Reed in there. You don't need anybody big in there. Bamba's not safe because you don't need somebody in there against like Dean Wade or whatever the backup center situation is for Cleveland. But I mean, they could go two towers. They could put in Mobley as the backup center, and then you would, I don't know. I mean, then you might need Bamba out there. Currently, Bamba projected for 0. Don't play Bamba. I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. In this game, Bamba was playing the backup center. It's just that the other team did not match and did not play a backup center. You know what I mean? So they were like, well, wait, so Sims is out there. That kind of messes up my interpretation of this. I didn't realize they had done this against Jericho Sims. What? Jericho Sims is changing my opinion of the situation? No. Jericho Sims is just like, you can go small against him if you want. You can go big against him if you want. You could dominate him in a number of ways. I'm not trying to be rude about it. You could dominate me at basketball in a number of ways also. That's why I am not playing professional basketball. All right. Grady Dick. Yeah, he's getting a ton of minutes. High scoring game. Could take shot. It's just like still has to hit shots, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure. What we got, how many assists we got for this kid? Yeah, it's mostly shots. I guess he maybe gets there with a few assists. Where's the if I scroll, I'm never gonna be able to scroll back because my freaking mouse killing me. 2 assists, a stock. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, like he's fine. I just don't want to be over the field. He's a fine play. I just don't think there's much meat on the bone there. I'll check stochastic ownerships to see what I should be at, but 25 seems fine. Dejounte, just underpriced. Pretty good spot. I guess they're maybe thinking he gets some more rebounds without the bet without Okongwu out there. I mean, I'm not really sure what exactly the current usage rates for Atlanta are, because like for me, I just don't understand what they're projecting. This is Jalen Johnson at the five. If it's Jalen Johnson at the five, he should have more points. You know what I mean? So because he's going to get those rebounds too. I just don't really understand what's going on with these projections for Atlanta, so I don't feel that confident changing much of them. I'm going to stick with a lot of Dejounte, but even Dejounte is like not really core, right? I mean, he's fine. It's just like there's not a particular reason. What's his price? If he's in the 7Ks, then he's core. Yep. All right. He's just underpriced. So he's fine being core. Now, he's not a 65% core, you know what I mean? He's like a 50 core, like a slightly less confident than usual core. And slightly less confident than any plays that would come up during the day, you know what I mean? If we get increased value. Now, what's going on with Memphis? I haven't even cracked that little nugget open. Obviously, they're bad, so I know that's going on with them. Ah, who's playing for this team? Everybody priced up. Yeah, that's the situation. A zillion dudes available, everybody priced up, and all of them are bad. Yep. Okay. So a little bit of GG Jackson, that's still fine because he could get minutes. 20% Jaren Jackson. I mean, I guess if they keep it close, the theory is it's 100% because of Jaren Jackson. 15% for him on this size slate at his current price is pretty low. Yeah, okay. Okay. I can see where you're at, SaberSim. Well, having a little Jaren Jackson, but it's just so ugly. Just so ugly on this team right now. Okay. Can't look at that anymore. Gotta stop looking at it. So our core, let's have it. I told you all the things, I think. Yeah, I've all my little picadillos, things I've changed. Yeah. Oh, Eric Gordon. So yeah, on the Beal thing, I kind of messed around with Booker and Durant, and I think it was Grayson Allen and Eric Gordon, and gave them all a couple more minutes and usage. So yeah, just boosted them a slight bit. And then I got my LA Stars, like I mentioned. Okay. So up here at the top, yep, that's fine. Royce is the other guy who gets a bit more minutes than, yeah, a bit more usage with Beal out. They ran him a fair amount of minutes. SaberSim doesn't have him projected for all of those minutes again. Beal is out again. I think he gets those minutes again. I mean, another thing I've been considering, I haven't pulled the trigger yet, is a either or with the shooting guards on Phoenix. I have it in like a rule already. I've used it before. I just don't know. Like, I don't know if we need the rule or if they could go off together, if like they both hit shots between air. Yeah, because they were playing alongside each other. That's why I looked at the popcorn machine for Eric Gordon and Grayson Allen, and a lot of these they were playing them a lot beside each other, and that means they could be in the winning lineup beside each other. So I can't have that rule on, despite the fact that in a normal, like, kind of feel like only one of them hits the shots, but they're both going to be taking the shots, so they both have to be in your mix. Right. This is a Brandon Ingram in thing. So obviously if Brandon Ingram, right. So we got two things. Brandon Ingram out and Donovan Mitchell out that would really change the slate. So if Brandon Ingram's out, you saw what to do yesterday, same plan today. Although Herb Jones, 7 stocks, I don't know, man. And I can't get this guy right. I say I got like 10, 15% yesterday matching the field. Should have clearly been overweight on him instead of Trey Murphy. I went on Trey Murphy Street and not terrible, but not winning all the money. So, I can't tell you what to do if Brandon Ingram's out, basically. Like, I assume you play a bunch of Zion, but besides that, right, Zion and CJ. So you would play a bunch of Zion, a bunch of CJ. Now, the plan for Cleveland, and we told you yesterday, right? Like, if you were in the chat and you looked at the court IQs and stuff, the plan, if Donovan is out, is not to jam Garland. That is fine. He's still fine, but he doesn't really improve that much. Now, yes, he's probably hit his shots and make me sound stupid today. But the people who get the lasting over 300 minutes advantage with Mitchell out, the place they go for both creation and finishing is the bigs, Mobley and Allen. They get a lot more usage of all types. So if he is out again, if Spider does not do the tweet by, 2:15 Pacific time, you start loading up lineups with the big guys from Cleveland. they become core. They are that the late news is more important than the early news. That's always true. And you can see you should find yourself if late in the day you have questionable values at the top of your build, just click it back. Just be like, okay, Royce, back to the Sabersim projection or whatever slightly lowering you need to do just to make sure in your final lineups, the news is rated appropriately. And now beyond that, just that you have leverage where you want it. Like for me, that I have, I mean, do I have enough Bruno Fernando today? I've already got what, 10, 100, 200 times the field. That's probably enough, but I just don't understand 0.1%. I don't understand it. I know he's overpriced. I know he's 44, but like if you gave him 20, if he gave you 30 points today, could that win you the slate? Yeah. And can he get that in 24 minutes? Yeah. Can he play 24 minutes? Yeah. So I mean, like, yeah, I just have to be 200% Bruno Fernando today. I don't love it. I mean, I don't love being freaking 10x on Paul Reed, but that's where we are. Like, it's a big team, and you can't assume that. I just don't think you can. I've seen teams do it. I know you can technically go small against Cleveland. I just don't think it's in the best interest of Philadelphia right now. I mean, oh gosh, they did get Grant Williams, didn't they? Gross, gross. I hate it so much. No, he went to Dallas. He's not here anymore. If he was ever here, he wasn't here ever. Okay, so yeah, like what's the other situation? What's your plan? Like, what's the small ball Tobias Harris or I just don't understand what the plan could possibly be with those minutes. KJ Martin, I guess that's the plan. 20, 20 minutes of KJ Martin. Oh, okay, I guess that's not convincing to me. I think they need more of Paul Reed to win. I mean, granted, who knows what motivations are this time of year? I do get that. A little bit of Maxi makes sense. You want a shooter's amount of Maxi, but I mean, it's not toutable. So yeah, where is there's a fair number of these mid-range toutable guys. Bagley still not quite priced for his current usage and ability. Zubats, like this, he's still not quite getting full starter minutes, but he's still a good play because he's underpriced. And whenever he does get those full starter minutes, there's going to be that slate where he absolutely demolishes it. And could it be this one? Yeah, they might creep him back up. I have that up. I yeah. What is his actual like Zubats stats? Because with bigs, they bring him back kind of fast. Yeah, 28, 29. I think we got him at like 30 minutes now. His long-term average is not much higher. All right. Can't get too excited about Zubats. They had been extending him, but that's also right before they got hurt. Okay, let's go on to the night slate. I think I've said enough about the early slate. There's a pretty good night slate tournaments as well, so you should check those out. The $4, 30K up top, probably better than most of the night slate tournaments I've seen, at least for low dollar dudes. And I'm only gonna play like 5 of those. I'm playing most of them in the $4 to 100K tournament. Obviously, that is more fun. Try to beat everybody in the world with the optimal lineup, like I did 3 weeks ago in a $1 tournament. Ha ha ha! Fun. Okay, so yeah, late slate. We need news basically. Number one at the top, we just got weird projections. I never like it when Jokic and Antetokounmpo are anywhere near other players. They're just not. In terms of expected total points, they're better than the other guys. So the median should be better. I'm gonna have them on, yeah, all my lineups. That's fine. All my lineups is a bit high, what, 50, 60%, 60%. If I got 5 lineups, I'll have each of them in 3 of them and then spread it around. I get probably AD or something. I don't want is it LeBron? I don't want LeBron. Well, we'll see. I can't tell you where I'm going to get to with that. I can tell you we got our Minnesota rule on the late slate. So Cat, Gobert, and Nas are all at their usual boosted projections. I think I'm leaving $500 on the table on the night slate. Anything else? I got the rule. I think that might be my only rule right now. Yeah, haven't added anything else. And we got so the Charlotte Golden State game is probably going to be a blowout. So just keep that in mind. I don't think I'm playing almost anybody from that game in any lineup. So yeah, because it's just not. Yeah, I guess it was Charlotte has Nick Richards. I think was under projected, so I might have a fair amount of Nick Richards. Cody Martin still getting opportunities, still not quite at his proper price. That's fine. And these are guys that like could still get there in a blowout just because they're very low priced. And Vasily Micic, I feel like might close even. I don't know. He's pretty low for his chance of success, I think. Pretty low owned. So I think that's fine. I like those plays. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna play more of my of Nas. I'm gonna play more of Gobert. Just I'm noticing that my limits are what is setting. I was like, what's happened to my normal rules? Why am I not getting those guys? And this will probably be dominated by Lakers news, right? Because LeBron's probable, but if any of those guys are out, if anybody's out, that's the news. That's what you do with the late slate. For now, these are the guys. Wiggins is a fine value still. Trey Mann is a fine value still. These guys adjusting to their new roles and their new teams. Jaden McDaniels, I don't know what that's about. Oh, he's really, really, really cheap. How many minutes is he getting? He's just like such a low usage player. Annual stats. I don't really want to be 100%, but he is getting 28 minutes. Hmm. But his 28 minutes, that's not going to be 28 points, is it? 20 points. 30 minutes. Yeah, I could take a couple points off. I don't really expect him to get quite that run. He's still a fine option. I just think he's a fine option, not a great option. And that probably guys like, yeah, Trey Jones. I still don't want to be more than like 60% on any guy on San Antonio, just on principle. The principle being Pop doesn't want to win. So if they start doing well, they might get pulled. Pop slash the general manager. But wait, it's this year. They've already got the picks. I don't know. I don't know what their plan is, but it doesn't seem like they're doing much winning. Cody Martin, I don't really want him in more than like a little bit of lineups either. Vassell, I don't really want him in more than a shooter's chance of lineups. I don't know, 50% for both of those guys. Like 30%. One lineup for Cody, I think. I just don't have any faith he gets full minutes as well. Give me a little bit more, what? A little bit more Matisse Thybulle. Gross. No, thank you. Take more Andrew Wiggins. That's no problem. I'll take more Banton. He's getting fine minutes and is a good, yeah, 80% is getting up there. Sohan, fine. I don't want more than 60% Sohan. So I guess a night slate core is like Banton, Draymond, Trey Jones. It's gross. This night slate needs something. Needs a little pizzazz for me to get more interested. I might withdraw a few entries, honestly. Like I don't really want all this exposure to Delano, Banton, or whatever. But yeah, so if something opens up, I'll keep all five of them. If not, maybe I downgrade a little bit and push some more into the main slate because main slate currently seems fun. Night slate, man, I don't know. I'm not seeing much here. I got my one rule, and then you got like you got both Pop and Steve Kerr on this night slate, man. It's very concentrated with BS possibilities, right? Like either one of those guys could run a stupid, stupid rotation and make you feel very frustrated. So with that, let me say you're good enough, you're strong enough. And gosh darn it, someone's got to win that money. Might as well be us. Congrats again to Butt Smasher.